What if the Premier League's most dominant era is only a few months away from its final chapter? What if the mastermind behind 6 titles in 8 seasons, Pep Guardiola, is preparing to walk away in storybook fashion? Manchester City sit 5th in the table, yes, but only 3 points off Arsenal. And now, TalkSport analysts are asking the question no City fan wants to consider. Could Pep win one more title and then sail into the sunset? This is the story of legacy, pressure, exhaustion, loyalty, and the whispers of a departure that could change English football forever. Despite losing 2 of their opening 7 games, Manchester City have found their rhythm again. The Premier League is shaping into another classic 3-horse race between City, Liverpool, and Arsenal. City currently sit 5th, but that's deceptive. They're only 3 points behind top spot. And history tells us one thing. When Pep City begin to gather momentum, they rarely stop. Winning the league this season would make it 7 Premier League titles in 9 seasons under Guardiola. Let that sink in. That's dominance not seen since Sir Alex Ferguson. But unlike Ferguson, Pep is operating in an era of mega-money rivals, relentless media pressure, and fixture congestion unlike anything football has seen. And that brings us to a question that's buzzing around pundits' desks. Is this the moment for Pep to bow out at the very top? TalkSport journalist Alex Crook believes this is the exact scenario Guardiola would dream of: win the league, or even another Champions League, and walk away on his terms. He compared him to football's greatest exits. Sir Alex Ferguson loses the title on the final day in 2012, signs Van Persie, wins the league next season, retires on top. Klopp nearly had the fairy tale ending with a quadruple run.
Arsene Wenger stod on chasing one last glass of glory.
Brian Clough bowed out on relegation. Crook summed it up perfectly. If Pep wins the title, or even the Champions League this year, maybe he'll think, you know what, this is the time to go. What sparked this round of speculation? A voice from inside Pep's inner circle. Carles Planchart, Guardiola's trusted performance analyst for 18 years at Barcelona, Bayern, and City, has said it's time for Pep to move on. He told Sport,
"A project sold last 5 or 6 years. No more."
As a friend, I would tell him to look for a new project because he still has a long way to go. Planchart isn't criticizing the club. Far from it. He said City treated Guardiola's team like family. But Guardiola, he believes, needs a fresh challenge.
A new beginning. Maybe international football. Maybe ano terciano.
That comment didn't go unnoticed. Then came another bombshell, this time from TalkSport pundit Scott Minto. According to his sources in Spain, Guardiola was already having doubts at the start of this season. With only 1 year left on his contract at the time, he reportedly wondered about his next step. National teams like England or Brazil had already sounded him out. And after 4 straight Premier League titles, a record in English football, he may have thought his mission was complete. But then came City's collapse. A season with no trophies for the first time since his debut year in 2016-17. They fell off a cliff, in Minto's words. And Pep, being Pep, didn't want to leave on a low. That's when he chose to sign the extension until 2027. Not because he was fresh. Not because he wasn't tired. But because he didn't want to abandon the club after they stumbled. In November 2024, when he renewed his contract, Guardiola openly admitted he planned to leave. Since the beginning of the season, I thought this should be the last one. But the problems we had in the last month, I felt now was not the right time to leave. I didn't want to let the club down. That's not the language of a long-term planner. That's the voice of someone staying to finish a job. And if he finishes it this year, with another league or European trophy, does he finally call time? And then there's the elephant in the room, the ongoing financial fair play investigation. City could face sanctions. Some pundits even mentioned possible relegation if found guilty. Pep responded with defiance. When all the clubs accuse us, if we are relegated, I will be here. I don't know the position they are going to bring us. The conference? Next year we will come back to the Premier League. Those words built loyalty. They calmed fans. They painted Guardiola as a man ready to face fire with his team. But does that mean he'll stay forever? Or just long enough to leave them in a position of strength? Let's be real, if Pep walks away, he won't do it mid-table or mid-crisis. He'll want a defining final chapter.
A seventh title in 9 years.
Or a second Champions League with City. Or both. Where does he go after? The names being whispered are not clubs, but countries. The England national team. The Brazil national team. Two of the biggest jobs in world football. Two golden squads waiting for the right mind. Two tournaments on the horizon. And after nearly a decade in Manchester, could the international stage be the next evolution for him? Whether you love or hate Guardiola, one fact is undeniable. When he leaves Manchester City, the Premier League changes overnight. City's style, recruitment, dominance, pressure on rivals, it all shifts. And the timing feels meaningful. He's restored belief after a trophyless season. He's rebuilt the confidence after the slump. He's proven he can go again. So, is this his last dance? If he wins the Premier League, or the Champions League, Alex Crook thinks the answer is yes. And deep down, maybe Pep does too. If you think Guardiola is staying until 2027, drop a blue circle in the comments. If you think this is his final title charge, drop a door.
And don't go anywhere. This is Eurogoal Hub, your home for the biggest stories shaping football's future.
Hit subscribe and stick with us if you want the next chapter, because this Pep saga is far from over.